Okay, it's October the 8th, and it's a beautiful fall day here in northern South Carolina, and today is the day of the Congregation Show. This is a vintage Harley, or vintage motorcycle, mostly Harleys, show that's held annually in Charlotte, and I've actually never been to this show. I've been aware of this show for several years, and I've really been wanting to go. I just haven't been able to make it. COVID kind of derailed things there for a little while, but I'm finally making it today. So I'm about to go to my shop with an armful of detailing supplies, and I'm gonna clean up my iron head. My bike is not in the show, it's an invitation only show, but I'm still gonna ride it up there and check it out. Maybe one day I'll have something cool enough to put in the show. And that's mostly gonna be it for me talking to the camera. The rest of this will just be, riding to get there and checking the show out. Alright, so the bike is cleaned up and had a quick little polish job on the chrome. Not going too crazy with it, and I'm ready to go, so I just need to wait on Chris and Bernard to get here so we can hit the road. I think Chris was wanting to wash his bike. He tried to wash it the other day, and for some reason decided it would be a good idea to hose this thing down with some industrial degreaser before he washed it. This might not come through on camera, but the tanks especially are really streaky and gross. So I think he wants to wash it again before we go. He just needs to actually get here, and then we can go. I'm really ready to go, if you haven't figured that out. So we got the Electric Glide cleaned up about as good as it was gonna get, and then we're just kind of standing around waiting on Bernard, and finally he calls us and he's like, hey guys, I'm running a little bit late, so just meet me over at the gas station by the interstate. So Chris and I jumped on our bikes after we shut the shop down and rode over there and waited on Bernard. And then when he showed up, we had to give him a hard time about his Harley Davidson bowling shirt and dick around with his LED lights, and then finally got back on the bikes and started heading north toward Charlotte. And the show is held at Camp North End, which is on the north side of Charlotte. Prism Supply, who is our local vintage Harley shop, chopper custom dealer, they're one of the big sponsors of this show, is up there at Camp North End. And from where we were leaving in Rock Hill to where the show was at, it was only like 30 miles, but it took us like an hour and a half to get there. There was so much traffic, it was insane. We were just like in a gridlock on the interstate, and then got off the interstate, and it was more traffic. But we finally made it up there, got the bikes parked, got settled in, checking out the place, grabbed a beer, started walking around, meeting people, looking at bikes, and checking out the music. They had live music. King Cackle was playing when we were there. They're a local band out of Charlotte, and these guys rocked. I liked them so much I went home and bought some of their music, and I'm actually going to play a track from them. This is called Pig Nose, and you guys just check it out, listen to it while you look at all the pictures I took of the bikes. And I hope you enjoy my coverage of the show. So after we were all kind of satisfied that we had seen everything, we got back on our bikes and rode back into Charlotte, got on the interstate, headed back down south, and went our separate ways. And I had a really nice ride home. I got off the interstate about as quickly as I could. I don't really like to ride on the interstate. Chris and Bernard do with their touring bikes. They've got fairings and 5 and 6 speeds and bigger engines, but on my little Ironhead, I like to just cruise like 60, 65. I'm not trying to run 80. Anyways, I cruised home through the back roads, rode over Lake Wiley on the bridge, which was always nice. And yeah, I'm just gonna shut up again, let you guys just watch footage of me riding and listen to the jams.